Hello, welcome to another episode of Word Up. My name's Bronagh and I have a fantastic show lined up for you. I actually really enjoyed myself doing it, so that's all that matters. I have Luke Mcgibbon, who's my main man, on. He has so much crack. As you know, Luke McGibbon's so funny. I have a few gigs coming up if you're interested. So in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be at the Devonish Complex in my whack of the woods. The West Belfasters are going to be there. We've got Kieran Bartlett. We've got, who else have we got? Oh, Pete Giffen and Adam Moke. So it's going to be an absolutely brilliant lineup. You're going to have a gig. Go on my Instagram and my socials if you want tickets for that, because I believe there's only there's limited tickets left. So if you want to get them now. But I would love to see you there. Come up and say hiya and let us see your wee mugs. I might even bring some of my mugs in case anybody wants one. Thank you very much. Please like and share and tell all your wee mates and tell your granny I was asking about her. Thank you. Talk balls. That's a sign to talk balls.
Scrotum. Raise a glass to scrotum.
Yo.
Long may they scrot.
Long may. Do you know I always think of, your man that plays Mrs. Brown's Boys?
Yeah. Brendan
O'Carroll. He's actually, I really enjoyed his stand-up. I remember years ago he had a stand-up show and he talked about, and the only reason I'm talking about this is because this must be 20 odd years ago. He said, why do women get all the nice words and men get all the crap words? Like, women get vagina. It sounds like a really nice place for you. I've just had 2 weeks in vagina. What have you done? Oh, I just had like a weekend in caravan in scrotum. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go on ahead.
Scrot is a great insult word.
Oh yeah, it's quick. One syllable.
Yes, yeah,
ball root. I like ball root.
I like root.
I got called the ball root once in the pav by some lady. Yeah, because she was talking too much and I asked her to be quiet. She said, "What
a lady?"
Yeah. Oh well. You mean using the word fucking operatively? Yeah. And
what's the root of the word?
Well, she called me a ball root. And then she went outside the room to chat to me about it, and I was like, "Nah, you have to go." And she threw a glass at me.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Ball root's very flexible.
Ball root.
You can say it as in like your mates in Egypt. You're a ball root.
You're a ball
root. Yeah, it can be silly.
Like in an endearing, silly way. Or it can be like, you're a fucking ball root.
Yeah, it's got tone to it.
Like, I think it's very gendered, actually. And normally I'm all for the equal opportunities when it comes to insults. But if somebody called me a ball root, I would just be like, thanks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking right.
I thought you were putting yourself down for a second there. I was going to be like, you can be a ball root if you want to be.
Yeah,
I'd call you a ball root.
Ball root deflecting pod.
Yeah, like, fucking ball root all day long. You know I'm a ball root. But see if I was a fella and somebody went, and if you put wee in front of it, you're nothing but a wee ball root. I would be like,
devastating, isn't it?
Especially if you're young. If you're younger than the person who said it.
Yeah. Because it's not just calling you a ball root. It's saying you're inexperienced. You haven't seen the world.
Yeah, you're an immature.
You're a ball root who's never left your hometown. Well, I suppose you imagine, right? Because a ball is quite loose, and yet it remains attached to the body. So you'd assume there's something keeping it rooted. There's something steady.
The what do you call those?
There's probably a series of muscles that keep
the phalange.
The phalange.
That's what
the
you
wing,
put it into.
The wing.
Yeah, those the things that you get snipped, the things that you get clamped when you get the sperm ducts.
I just like the idea you have to pay £100 to get your balls back. Is that if you get them clamped? You put your balls on some double yellow lines.
I got a ticket. Parked in the wrong place. The missus has been limping for 2 weeks now.
I'll tell you what, I knew I was parking on single yellow lines once, and I was like, fuck, how am I going to do this? And I got a ticket the week before, so I put the ticket back in my window, and I was like, well, surely they'll say this and go, oh, he's already got a ticket. And I came back, and no joke, 5 traffic wardens around my car, just circling it, puzzled, like just not knowing what to do. And whenever I came back, they did give me hell, and they did give me a ticket because they're like, they basically saw right through my plan. Because I think they have like
a double offender.
think they had like a pre-arranged route. So what happened was he saw my ticket, and that's a collective of traffic wardens, isn't it? A ball route of traffic.
A ball route of traffic.
But he saw the ticket in my window, and he's like, "I've not been here." And he must have called his mates and be like, "Have you been here?" And then they all just fucking gathered around.
They were all just standing there scratching their balls.
A school of ball routes. What's some of the other words for like a group of like an animal?
Yeah, like, do you know I found one out recently? There is
labour of moles is what I heard.
a murder of crows.
Oh, that's the classic, isn't it? Big murder of crows.
And then with sparrows, there's oh my God, it was actually my stepdad told me this the other day. It's a murmuration of sparrows.
Is it not starlings, is it?
Starlings.
Or am I talking shite?
No, it's starlings, you fucker, you know the whole thing.
I bet you don't want to
It'd be easier to say a couple.
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
Couples.
No, let's call it a murmuration. It's probably some absolute posh wanker must have came up with
What's
that.
a group of sharks? A school of sharks?
Is it a school of sharks?
Would be, wouldn't it? Will they get a school of fish?
I don't know, actually. Yeah, right, well, sharks are a fish, in fairness.
I only got a fucking D in my transfer test, so I didn't get
You got school of sharks.
But look at you now, Sean. All the I don't know if people...
He's always getting a D.
You.
You fucking root. Me and my friends say that to each other a lot, right? We will always write into like the group chat, you, and it's spelled like Y-E-U, because you gotta emphasize that you fucking root. Right?
Is this French?
Yeah, actually, in fact, me, my stepsister, and my mates have a wee group chat that's just called You Fucking Root, right? And it's because, like, whenever you say it, it's usually the pronunciation of each sort of syllable. You're like, you are so stupid. Yes, that's yours, darling. Would you think I would leave you out for a coffee?
I just didn't.
You're all
Never.
Bronagh all coffee.
Yeah,
so
see, whenever somebody does something and you go, you fucking right. But we will actually, you know, that whenever we're texting each other to say, or if I'm texting anybody now, I think I've done it to you. Whenever you go to write en route and you're supposed to write ENROUTE like French, I always write on.
Yeah, sure.
Route. Because I like to put that in my mate's head, like, I'm sitting on a route. Do you know what I mean? En route. So
well,
now
that's why you're late. You're sitting on a route.
Exactly. En route. That's why I'm late. But yeah, and now I've sent it to so many people that probably just look and go, especially Gig, she's stupid cunt. She actually thinks that's how
Oh no, I don't think anyone would say that anyway. Well, sure, you're the word lady. You know, you've got this. People aren't going to assume that you spell things wrong at all.
That's what's great, because whenever I do spell things wrong, I'm like, sure, I totally did that on purpose.
Yeah, sure, I'm the word lady.
Also,
that's not what we call you.
I've been thinking about this recently. Like,
worse.
see, even when I go to like write the description or like the title for this every week, I'm going like, I spell check everything, because I'm like, nobody's going to give a shit if something's misspelled on Mudblood. But the minute something is spelled wrong on Word Up, some cunt is going to fucking
Word down, thumbs down for Word Up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're going to be like, actually, you spelled this wrong. It's supposed to be a fucking word.
It's actually a transitive verb that's not supposed to be used in a fuck off. I have really gotten to this stage in my life now, and it's so liberating, because even whenever I put the clip up from last week, Sean, about being in labour and stuff, there would have been a time in my life where I would never have put on social media me saying I was sucking on that gas in her like it was my boyfriend's dick, right? And now I'm just like, do you know what? See, even like anyone, if there's anyone in my family, anybody that goes, she's all, I go, so? If I don't see you, I don't care. And if I do see you, what is it to say? Those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I really think I've always had thick skin, but it would take a fucking big knife to cut me these days. Like, I actually do not give a flying fuck. But here, what's your favourite words that aren't... I think I might have asked this before, but it's always interesting. You know, like, insults.
Yeah, but loving insults, you mean?
Loving insults. Do you know what I mean?
Wee shite. Wee shite. I love a wee shite.
Yeah, my granddad always used to call us, I've still no idea what it means, but you're a wee skitter goat get.
Oh, skitter's a good one too.
Yeah.
Well, because skitter can be like the worst thing in the world or the best. It usually leans towards nice, but you could say it if you said it. That's a tone variant one, because you were saying that about vagina as well, actually. Because I like that is a nice sounding word. Vagina. I think vagina, but there's never the right word for each context. Do you know what I mean?
Context? Did you just say?
Let's say it. It's it. Then. But because if you're to have sex with a woman and you refer to it as a vagina, they might go, "Oh, it's too clinical." And then I know a lot of women who would object to the use of the word pussy. You know what I mean? It's like a contextual thing as well.
Yeah.
So like if you never hear a doctor go like, "Let me take a look at that pussy," you know what I mean?
In fact, I have, but I was on a date. I'm only joking. I've never dated a doctor.
Casual gynecology.
Dr. Pepper. I'm not a gynecologist, but I know a cunt when I see one. Yeah, let us get a wee look at your pussy there. Your wee Aunt Danny. Jump.
Aunt Danny, I've not heard that. Is that another loving insult as well?
Loving insult. I actually had a post on Facebook because I was originally wanted to do a podcast entirely based around like your vagina, like just for fun.
Yeah, why not?
You know, and I was like, what do you call it? What do you call yours?
I don't have one.
In fact, I
just
must.
so you know.
I know, but you do technically see one all the time.
I do see one.
But there was so many good. In fact, I should pull it up on my phone. There was people that were like, I call mine Manoonie, I call mine me Aunt Danny. What was it? Venus flytrap?
A penis flytrap?
Some crackers. Pardon the pun. Yeah, but I love like calling people things. You know, I did this wee bit on stage actually about how we can make anything an insult.
Yes.
Like my favourite one is onion.
Oh, onion, I feel, can be quite devastating, can't it?
He's a fucking
Maybe I'm just sensitive.
onion.
Yeah. Do you know why that actually cuts deep with me? Is because I'm very clumsy, and I feel like calling someone an onion's a clumsy word.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's just like somebody
you
who's useless, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know that I once actually looked up, because I love onions.
You Googled them?
I Googled, I was like sitting with my mate one day and I went, see the way I love onions? Like, onion can make anything better, right? Cheese, an onion. Tuna, an onion. Yeah. Egg, an onion. And I went, I eat a lot of onions. There's got to be some nutritional value in these. Like,
surely.
I Googled it so that I could say I get a lot of this particular mineral or vitamin.
Something with your blood, isn't it? Onions
turns out to have like no fucking nutrition.
That's like humankind's favourite fucking vegetable. It's like, I'll have that one that's just hot air, please.
Yeah, I'll have that one that just does absolutely fuck all.
Yeah.
No, feel free to prove me wrong. Wet salt, yeah.
Fucking onion.
Yeah, you fucking onion. Woman repellent, man repellent, yeah, the onions.
Do you know what? Adam Loughlin used to have a bit where he was just talking about how no food tastes as good as frying onion smells. That is just the best thing in the world.
Even eating it doesn't taste as good.
Even eating it, you're like, God, I think I'd rather just sit and smell this, you know?
Smell my
like, you fucking hate onions.
Aye.
Onions and things. You're like, ew.
What's with that?
I don't get that, but as soon as you start fucking cooking for yourself, you're like,
I remember
aromas.
You chop a bit of onion and throw it in, you think you're fucking Jamie Oliver. You're just like...
Do you ever do this? Do you ever do a bit of that?
Salt Bay?
Yeah.
I did that in the Galgorm in the big salt room where I just lifted a big handful of it and went, fucked it at the window.
Cooking yourself?
But I had this thing whenever I was drunk as well. In fact, I was just talking about it the other day, somebody was talking to me, reminded me of it, where I would come home and just think I was fucking Gordon Ramsay. In fact, no, I thought I was Heston Blumenthal.
Oh, fuck.
Because I was a scientist. I was exploring. Like, I would make the most random concoctions, like really, really bad.
I know my man does that, right? And I call it sausage surprise. Because
is that what your dad invented that
recipe? Because she thinks it's just coming up with like a unique fucking bespoke dish, but she's just putting like
bespoke
tomato fucking pasta in her curry. You're like,
oh my God, that's so random.
It's just random.
It's called China Italiano. Yeah, pasta in the curry. Do you know I did that once pregnant, actually? I made a curry and then realised I didn't have any rice. So I fucked a little pasta into it. It was actually
That's not a
quite
bad
nice.
shout. That's not a bad. Pasta is basically just big rice in it.
Yeah. Sure, the Chinese and the Italians fight all the time over who invented
Absolutely.
pasta.
Fucking Heston Blumenthal as well. He's an example of man's inhumanity to man. He's going to end up doing a fucking Jurassic Park someday, Don't fuck with it. Don't play God. He made hot ice cream. And I'm like, leave it alone. It's got ice in the name. Yeah. It's meant to be cold. But yeah.
That's mad because I must have, Heston Blumenthal stealing my ideas. I was sitting the other day, I was like, I wonder what it would be like to bite into a Magnum, but it'd be warm.
Actually, now, you know what? I undo everything I just said because that is the worst bit of an otherwise great ice cream, isn't it? It's hard. Yeah. It's all hard in the middle and you're like, I don't want to wait.
Exactly. I don't want to wait for the sun to be over. I want to know right now, how do you taste? I went into the shop.
A Mars ice cream, but it's melted a wee bit.
Oh, yeah.
The Scottish have that down. It's called a battered Mars bar.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
definitely.
batter you, like my wife.
There was, oh, fuck, man. Yeah, the Mars ice creams are like a pinnacle, and they fucking know it. I think they know it, because I swear to God, every couple of years they shave an inch off that shit. They're so good, and now they're just about the size of a normal
Do you want to know
bar.
what I think? I will see your Mars ice cream, and I will raise you a crunchy ice cream.
Actually, they're very good.
Because the ice cream itself is honeycomb flavoured,
Yes.
and yet they have these little edible balls, like caviar,
Yes.
honeycomb.
And a
that
little
you just
pop.
Bite,
They do
pop
the little
into.
crackle shit.
Oh, yeah, snap, crackle, and pop
There's
all
not
day
that many
long.
foods do that now these days, is it? That was all the rage in the 90s. All the foods used to crackle on you.
And now it's
yeah.
gone.
My
Like, there
mum
must
always
have been
called
something
them
in it.
filling removers
be.
because she thought whenever she ate them that all her fillings were falling out of the sound of it.
It's probably one of them things that you find out like 20 years later there's some weird law about it or something. Like I found this out about white dog shit, that it's gone because of the EU.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Like-
we had this conversation.
Did
This
you?
was on Mudblood.
Oh, was it? Oh, fuck, right, never mind then. Well, that's not where I heard it. I heard it from your man, the Rubber Bandits. But there was a thing in EU law about it. I heard
By
somewhere.
putting bone meal in dog
That's
food.
what it was. Yeah. So like I thought that'll be a fucking the big thing of Brexit is when white dog shit comes back. But, I don't think it has, so I'm not sure.
But like I was thinking the other day, see that crackly thing? I read this article. Oh my God, I must find it, right? And you can put it up at this point to show people that this was a genuine, honest to God, like it was like some rag, like the fucking Daily Star or something. But it was the front page and it was man who enjoyed masturbating with popping candy needs to have foreskin removed.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So what he was doing was he was putting that popping candy
I think I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
all around his willy.
Aye.
And then he was wanking, but clearly he wasn't cleaning it.
Yeah.
So he's just putting more and more and more on. Like, seriously. Imagine putting... No. I'm not
I
even gonna go
I
there.
feel even bad for the popping candy just trying to get out, stuck in a fucking
Just stuck
flesh
all
tent.
that
It's the first
smegma.
time fucking cheeses had popping candy.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what? I got circumcised in my 20s, and it was
Congratulations.
Thank you. You know what? Thanks.
Yeah, round of applause.
Where's my parade, eh? Where's my parade?
Yes.
Say what? Sausage surprise is what I called it when I was unwrapping it after.
Women can't resist 20% off. Sure they can.
You know, there was this horrible moment when I was unwrapping it, and I was like, "Hey, this is great," and then the nurse was like, "It's the swelling," and I was like, "Oh." Thought I'd gained a bit.
Yeah.
Great.
Can I come back in again next week for a wee top up on this shit?
I had this about 5-minute conversation with my partner about this, where I was sort of going like, I wonder what would have happened if I hadn't got that done. Because I can't remember how we were talking about smegma, but I was like, I never really got to see smegma because I had that thing where it was completely covered. It was
Yeah.
phimosis, so you couldn't pull it back. So I never really got to see smegma. And then the minute, obviously, now I could see it. It's pretty much easy as fuck to clean.
Yeah.
So I've never seen that. And I was like, God, I wonder. I don't know what sort of person I would have been. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and I thought, what if we never got together? And I'm like, I don't think there's a parallel universe where you don't get circumcised and somehow like
You
that's
don't
the
end
deal
up with your
breaker.
partner. It could be. That
into
could have
the
been your
smegmaverse.
canon moment.
Yeah.
Into the smegmaverse.
I love how we both got there at the same moment. There as well.
Yes,
That
we
was
did.
great.
We actually did. Oh my God, I love it.
They wouldn't let me keep it too.
Your
as
wee
well.
Peter Porker.
I did ask them would they let me keep it as like a souvenir or something. They're like, no, it goes down to.
It goes down to the dairy farm. They're going to get 3 wheels of premium cheddar off that.
Getting made into a Halloween mask for rabbits.
There was a fella who was on embarrassing bodies Halloween mask for
I
rabbits.
wish, by the
love it.
way. Rabbits.
There was a fella on Embarrassing Bodies. I don't know why anybody goes on that show because it's like, I'm too embarrassed to go to the doctor. Let's
called
tell the whole
embarrassing.
fucking nation, right?
Yeah.
But he went in and he was basically, his girlfriend made him go because he said this guy was so proud of himself, right? He went in and he was talking. He was like, well, my penis is too big. You know? It's too big for my girlfriend. It's actually just, like, my girlfriend said that there's something wrong with it, but I think, you know, it's just, and he was really, like, it's just too big, right? And
Which is
she's like,
ironically like little dick energy, I think,
yeah,
isn't it?
it really is. So
Yeah,
it turned out she has like, let's have a look at it. You know, Dr. Pixie or whatever you call her. Let's have a look at it then. Get your bags down and your little ball route, right? And she goes and she looks at it and she was like, okay, so the problem is that you can't wash underneath your helmet because your foreskin isn't coming back. So that thing that you think is length is actually
Jeez.
dirt. And it showed you them taking the foreskin off and peeling it all the way.
Oh, not a fucking fromagerie.
How big is it?
It was oddly satisfying to watch. Like,
Oh, yes, like power washing porn, isn't it?
yeah,
There's
like
fucking-
Dr. Pimple Popper. Dr. Ego Destroyer. It was
How much
just
did he
like-
lose? How much did he
He
have in
must
the
have
end?
lost a good 2 inches. Like,
I'm sure that like
Gotten.
people pay big money for fucking like aged cheese.
Oh,
Like I'm sure I would be worth a mint.
yeah. Like, you know those cheese that has like the blue vein in it of mold?
his blue vein. Oh, please.
How many people are
I'm
turning off
so
this
sorry,
podcast in disgust right now?
If,
I
do
love
you
it.
want to hear the word of the week?
Yeah, Stick a word to me. Stick a word
We
to me.
haven't even stuck a word on each other yet. Right.
Diablery. Okay.
Diablery.
Okay. You know what? Because we talked about this as the last time I was on about Eminem reading a dictionary in the toilet, and I went with my partner. She was buying a book, and I was like, "Oh, I might get a dictionary to read on the toilet." And I saw it was like $9.99. I'm like, "No, I'm not good at that." But, diablery. I'm assuming that means nastiness or like cheeky, like devilment.
Yes, I was
Yes.
thinking like a devil.
Yes. Yeah.
That is an excellent guess, right? Because
Fucking you.
years ago, like the antiquated version of it, it would have been used sort of nefariously. It would have been used like it was associations with the devil and witchcraft, right?
El Diablo, exactly. Yeah,
exactly. That's where the etymology goes with it. But nowadays, it would be used to describe like mischief. So the definition is a playful, reckless behaviour that is not intended to cause serious harm.
Oh wow, that's you could use that to define this podcast. I think, can you?
Yeah.
Bit of harmless devilment.
Devilment. Now, do you want to hear some of like the synonyms for it?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Cinnamon roll. So it's like roguery. I like these.
Yeah.
There was loads, but these are ones that I like.
Roguery's quite sexy, isn't it?
Roguery,
as well?
isn't it?
You
And then
rogue.
obviously devilishness, well done.
Sure.
Impishness,
Oh, imbishness.
knavery.
Knavery. Oh, knavery. That's a
Yeah.
classic, isn't it?
There was also tomfoolery.
No one ever calls you a knave
You
anymore.
little knave. We should bring it back.
Yeah. Is there ever a singular Tom Fool?
Tomfool. Well,
Yeah, who is this Thomas Fool?
oh, buffoonery as well.
Oh, buffoonery, yeah.
Like
yeah.
there's buffoon, so is there
Buffoon,
not
yeah.
tomfool?
Yeah.
And diabolicalness.
In my head, I would use it like if somebody's messing about, but they're just being really annoying. You know what I mean? Nobody's having fun here.
Yes.
Like, you know, they're just being a wee diablious fucking dick.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you know what that really? I feel like putting Diableous.
You can say
Diablery?
like diabolical
He's doing
or
a bit of
diablery.
Diablery.
Yes.
The way you just put it
Dabbling
front
in
of it
diablery.
gave it a real punch in the
Yeah.
same way that like you fucking onion and ball root and
Yeah.
everything as well.
Yeah.
It gave it a real like.
I actually really loved the definition. You know the
Oh, I
way
love it.
whenever you're looking up the dictionary, it'll give you perhaps like a sentence, like you used it in a sentence. And I just thought this was great because it says, the boy who was once filled with diablery grew up to be a staid and rather dull man.
That is also a definition.
I was
to
just
me.
like,
That's-
I think that paints a really nice light on it because would you rather be the boy who's filled with diablery or the dull man? Do you know what I mean?
God, yeah, what a choice.
Like you can't be old and wise if you weren't once young and foolish. But
That's
I love
true.
it. So it made me think of because I've been in a sort of prankster mode recently. Like I love playing. I love
Playing the Tom
just
Fool.
playing fucking pranks on people. I love getting people. Do you know what I mean? And
What have you done?
recently?
Yeah, any sneaks?
Sneaky sneaks. Well, yesterday I stole my sister's rug from her house, right?
How'd you get away with that? Like
She asked me to pick up her kids in the morning and bring them to school because she had a meeting for work, and I noticed that her rug was like airing, you know.
Right, so it's just on the washing
But the
line.
thing is, she has one of those cameras like on her front door.
A ring, yeah.
So I was like being all, you know, clandestine, and then the kids were like, oh, don't worry, the battery isn't charged. So I was like, right, fuck that. Rolled it up, stuck it in the back of the car, drove away with it, and I said to the kids, now don't tell your mummy that I lifted the rug, because the bin men are around today, and I hope that she thinks that they lifted it and threw it in the back. So then I got like everybody in, and then I said to them, I went, actually tell her that whenever you were standing waiting on me, you saw the bin men, told them that your mummy wanted it thrown out, and they were going, but then we'll get yelled at. And I was like, but it's not real yelling if it's for no reason. Do you know what I mean? And you can also go, Haji. And they were like, right, okay. So then today I got all the cousins in on it in the group chat. I actually sent a message to them and was like, here, what do you think of this rug? Is it a weird colour? And I rolled it out and was like, what do you think? And I sent them a message telling them what I'd done, and got my cousin Sarah to write in, oh, I really like that. And I said, do you want it? And she was like, yeah, I love it. And I was like, I'll drop it up to you now. And my other cousin, Nadia, wrote in, ew, that's a rare colour, Bronagh, bring it back. Right? So it got them all to like talk shit about the rug and be like, it's fucking ugly. Who even has that kind of rug?
Yeah.
And do you know what happened?
It got back to her, surely.
She's in the group chat, so I was like, she's reading all these going, cheeky bastards, you're saying my rug's ugly. I was going, it's not really my colour, like it's a bit more yellow gold, you know, like might bring it back.
Imagine someone broke into your house and stole your shit, and instead of just stealing it, they just put it in your family group chat for everyone to slag.
Got everybody to talk smack about it. Yeah. And then it reminded us, so it started us on a thing. My Uncle Tony absolutely loves his wee car, right? He has like, you know, like one of those wee fucking Ford Fiestas that's like really old but like considered a classic.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a car for a while, and I asked him, could I borrow it, right? So he let me have it for a couple of days out of the goodness of his own heart.
Straight into the group chat immediately. Like, what do you think of this fucking banged up old shit moped?
No, do you know what I did? No, I went one better than that. I pulled up outside his flat the day I was due to give it back. And I rang him and I was like, all right, Uncle Tony, what's the crack? And he went, nothing, love, you got my wee motor there. By the way, if I mentioned this is his prized possession, right?
I am on tenterhooks.
And I went to him, here, Uncle Tony, wait to hear this. And he went, what? And I went, I got 400 quid for your car. And he went, what? And I went, 400 quid. Like, I got 400. Can you fucking believe that? That wee banger, I got 400 quid. He went, see if you fucking stole my car, you bastard. I went, I'm telling you now, I know. You can put that toward an even better car. Now, you wouldn't have got £400. I kept it going. Do you know what?
Great.
I never realised that my uncle had the ability to get that angry, right? And the best part about it was he bounced up to the window nearly bollock naked, right? And I was there and he was like, my car better be out my fucking back now. And I was traumatised. I was like, seriously, but catch yourself on. It's grand. £400, Uncle Tony. Like, you can put it to it. You went, I'm going to fucking... Like, see the threats? I'm pretty sure I could have filed a complaint with the police. Like, and then I was like, calm down. It's here. And to be honest, that was a few years ago and he hasn't really been the same with me since.
I bet not.
I was like, he went from 1 to 100 in 2 seconds,
so funny,
which is ironic because that car couldn't even get from fucking 1 to 50 in 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I love a wee bit of Diablery.
Aye.
You know,
he probably sees you in his trauma flashbacks now.
Yeah, he sees me and like cups his car like a newborn baby. Like, stay away from it.
Wee Vietnam flashbacks every
I
time.
was recently like on the receiving end of a bit of Diablery.
Oh, go
on.
Somebody just stole the bottles of Main Man lemonade fucking from the front of the house.
Get away.
That's such a fucking weird crime as well, isn't it?
It's just shit. I don't know what to tell the Main Man now.
As the Main Man, when you put it like that, it sounds like he's got some power, like he's a paramilitary leader.
I love the Main Man. I fucking love the Main Man. So somebody stole, but did it make you feel a wee bit sick inside knowing that some kids run about there drinking your fucking juice?
No, what the worst thing is, it's just that when he comes back again, and I have to give him back the empty bottles, and I have to go like, somebody stole the artery, he'll just be like, "You're full of shit. You broke him."
No, just see if it's the main man that I'm thinking of.
Is he nice?
He'll give you bottles. He'll go, I'm sorry, son, that happened. You know what? I'll stand sentinel.
As well as that, I don't want to tell him because I don't want him to feel sorry. I don't want him to go, "I cares another two." Because then, in my head, then it's reversing his head. It's like, "I got wee chancer. He's a fine man. He's another 2 bottles for free."
You'd rather feel his anger than his pity.
Yeah. It's like whenever your parents say, "I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed." You go, "No, hit me."
That's one of the fucking endearing insults.
Yeah.
You fly man.
Oh, fly man. Oh,
You're a fly man.
You're a fly man.
A rare boy.
Yeah, he's one to watch. He's a fly man.
He's a fly man.
No, like when you pretend to be sleeping on the sofa and you're wee kid, so as you get lifted up to bed, you go, "Oh, you're a fly man."
You're a fly man. And you go,
That's a
But now if the main man says it to you, you're like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be a fly man." It's the fly.
Just hit me, please.
Yeah, just smash a bottle over my head and let's call it even. Oh, bless. I bet he does. Do it, Sean. Let him know the truth and see if he gives you 2 bottles.
I think you should. Yeah, say.
I'll update
speak
this
your
next week.
Do update.
I absolutely do.
This is
I'll be
definitely a fucking cliffhanger right here. And you know what? Tell him I miss him. I love the main man. I fucking love him. I swear to God. And have you ever played any pranks or had any pranks played on you?
Pranks? Oh no, I was born as shit. Oh no, I don't know. No, nothing untoward. I tell you what, though, me and my mates, like the first time we had a sleepover and the internet, we just went on these chat rooms and started getting like pretending to be women for old fellas. And the minute they say something dirty, you go, "We're a load of 10-year-old boys." It's like, well,
you
I didn't know.
What would that be? Catfishing?
Only if I got him round to our house.
Not even pedo fishing. Like you're turning men unwillingly into pedophiles. Even better.
But the worst thing about it is that he knew the whole time. It's completely obvious of it.
Yeah.
He's like, gee, we're a bunch of 10-year-old boys. He's like, "Oh no." No way.
And here I thought when you were talking about Power Rangers that you were a 26-year-old woman. Boy, have I been let down. I'm really flattering to this paedophile. He's a fucking monster schlong.
Massive cock.
Yeah,
You're
really
like,
vertical as well. He's got a vertical dick.
Do you like 33-year-old men?
See, the main man, nobody ever talks about that. And when they talk about Northern Irish culture, they're like, nowhere else in the UK has a guy in a van bringing you lemonade. Do you know what I mean? We don't have milkmen anymore as well, going straight to the fizz.
Yeah.
Weird shit.
The main man probably did a better turn than the milkman. There's why we're all running about with fucking mouths on us, like burnt out fuse boxes. You know what I mean?
Like Chelsea Shangle's boy.
One tooth between us. You know what I mean? Fucking lend us that tooth.
Yeah, you have to team up to eat a packet of crisps.
Tag team in a bars bar.
Like a wee mama bird and her chicks going. Mastication versus masturbation. Oh.
Is there something funny about the idea of your mum having an affair with a lemonade man instead of a milkman or something? I don't know. There's something more grim about that, isn't there? Like, a milkman had a fucking uniform.
It was purely physical.
She's trying to...
That's really good.
She's trying to fizz up her mind.
I had to know she was bubbling about there. Like,
that's a gag.
Fuck. That's it for the... Want to hear the dirty word of the week then?
I do. I think I caught you right in it as well. I think I know it too.
Oh, go then. Well, you'll work it out, I reckon.
So autozoophilia, right? So obviously philia means it's a horn-based. Mm-hmm. Zoo obviously means animal. Mm-hmm. Auto usually means masturbation. So because autoerotic asphyxiation and
any normal person might think autobiography, you know. But
right? Oh yeah. No, I go straight to the joking. Here, actually, you know, people who do autoerotic asphyxiation. I didn't know this, but a lot of them put a lemon in their mouth. They put some citrus fruit.
Really?
Yeah, and it's supposedly because if you're dying,
it'll be bittersweet.
That's great. It's if you're dying, your body will automatically bite it, and then the sharp citrus taste will wake you back up for a second. You go, oh fuck, I better.
Really?
Like because when I first heard it, I was like, is that what completes the experience? They're like, this cherry on top. We'll have a wee orange.
Tequila.
I just had a scenario.
Why didn't you put a lemon in her mouth? Because I wanted tequila.
I just had thought of a scenario in my head there. What if you had multiple personality disorder, but one of your personalities was in the autoerotic asphyxiation? You just wake up from it and you go, oh, fuck, Bernard's been at it.
Yeah. Claw marks around your neck, for fuck's sake.
I'm going to have a wank. Well, don't forget your nectarine.
Yeah.
I'm
going to be looking at people who are buying a lot of lemons.
I'm quite a lemony guy as well.
When life gives you lemons, have a choke wank.
Autozoophilia. Person who likes to watch animals jerk off.
Persian, very good, but no.
No! Oh, I've got it.
Do you know close but no cigar? That phrase comes to
Yeah.
It's good, but it's not right.
That's what the wife says. Whenever close but no cigar comes from fairground attractions, it used to be whenever you won, you got a cigar. So it used
No
to,
way.
Yeah, imagine a wee kid.
3-year-old boy. Wee baby.
Wee
Cigar.
baby, just like
wee business boy.
stunts of growth. Good wee kid. My ma actually did drive past a caravan camp in the south before and saw a kid standing at a caravan door in a nappy smoking a fag. Like, full on just. And they all turned to each other in the car and went, did you just see that? You just full on fucking smoking a fig.
Paddy was talking about the monkey that smoked the other day, wasn't he, on the old podcast? Like, he was saying
Oh yeah, the smoking monkey.
it was the Causeway. I looked him up. I looked him up like he's on Facebook. Like, he was the monkey. He was in Causeway.
You looked him up on Pornhub.
The Causeway. The Causeway Zoo. It used to be a smoking monkey. I'm like, again, that is classic
Smoking
here.
monkey sounds
isn't
a
it?
bit dirty.
That sounds like something
Sounds
an
like a sex act.
Or it sounds like a really hipster bar.
Oh yes, it does
Smoking
actually.
monkey. Yeah, that right
Let's
now.
all go to the smoking monkey and get Mai Tais. Yes. Autozoophilia
What is
is
it? Yeah.
actually, I'll give you the proper definition so that
Okay, I'm not looking.
It's arousal from seeing the image of oneself. Did you like oneself in the form of an animal?
Ah, so like a furry then.
It's actually not a furry.
Okay.
Because they would argue that that's not autozoophilia. It's not all sex orientated, and that it's a
Right.
lifestyle, as opposed to this being
well, yes.
a paraphilia.
Right. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, I suppose there's.
I actually thought it was a bit ironic though, because see, whenever I look in the mirror and I see that I've turned into a fat cow, the last thing I could think is fucking sexy. Do you know what I mean? I just go, man,
What's
that's
the
sweet.
What's the definition again?
It is somebody who gets arousal from seeing the image of themselves in the form of an animal. So, right, this sent me down a rabbit hole.
Virgin.
Pardon the pun, as the zoophiles might say. There are lots of different like variations of it, right? So there's like pet play.
Okay.
So people who like to pretend that they are a pet. And
Oh yeah. The people
You know.
get walked around on leads and all.
Right.
like, do you remember whenever I went down this rabbit hole, it just brought back these flashbacks of terrible. The day the world changed. I actually wrote down the date. The 13th of January 2006 was the evening that they aired on Big Brother George Galloway pretending to be a cat with Rolinska.
Yeah,
Where he's
that
all,
was.
"Brrr." I was just like,
That's the moment where the timeline split.
yeah, I'm living in that. Whereas there's an innocent Bronagh out there that's
Right.
never seen that, that's getting on with their life right now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The
But,
world's
like,
much better.
It just made me feel like, I don't know how I imagine you would feel if like you still lived with your man, your dad, like they never broke up and you actually heard them having sex. Do you know, like it makes me itch. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not kink shaming, but they shouldn't have done that on fucking TV because right? But yeah, pony play is one. And
horse fellas, aren't there? Yeah, ponies in particular.
we had a friend who always liked to tell us how his his mum and dad were members of this, equestrian club and all, and I took it upon myself to tell him that his mum and dad were members of a pony club. Right? There's a really good documentary out there about pony play. Can't remember what you call it, but I'm sure you can Google it. And like these people wear hooves and all, right?
Sounds like a ride.
And it's a fucking wild ride. I love it. Yeah.
Sure, your man dad are in the equestrian club. Your man gets red flat.
Ah, yes! Your man loves jumping big poles. Your man has teeth like Shergar. Sorry, wait, is that not what you meant? But he used to get really offended then. He was like, no, Bruna, no. And I was like, They are at the pony club. Like, you think that they're riding horses when really they're all just riding each other and the neighbours. And see the fact that he got so offended by it, I think it was
it's going to
true.
make you do it more and more.
It was totally true. And it did it more and more. But you know what else there is? Do you know the people who have the dog, like to be dogs, and it turns them on?
Aye.
And they have tail butt plugs.
Huh. Oh, I've seen them. I've seen them.
And there's like cat.
Yeah, like
Really?
the walk around, like there was someone walking around with a wee tail hanging out of your bum, but you know it's up your butt plug. It's a butt plug tail. It's just like that's inventive. If you ever were to have a tail, like you would, and you wanted to go full whack,
Right.
you get a tail
Well,
butt
fuck
plug.
not. You know,
My mate told me about a sexual escapade he had involving that type of
Go.
thing. It just involved that type of thing. Like,
Well, yeah, what else
she
is
opened
there
up
to
a
say?
drawer of all of her.
different tales and all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, I think like that's good crack. You know, I'm just like, I mean, I can kind of see it. Like, you kind of want to be petted and stroked. Like, sometimes they can do it quite covertly, where if they're in public, like it'll just look like you're showing your partner affection by stroking them, but really, you're playing.
It's a big horn thing.
Yeah, it's a big horn thing. Like you're petting them like a dog.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're
It's
like
why do I hear a big pop whenever you go to the toilet cubicle before I hear you do it? You're like a champagne cork down there.
I knew my fella was into that whenever he.
A building.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. The second he lifts his leg against the corner to go for a wee, you know that's what he's into. Like,
that's wild, isn't it? Fair play to them, though. I think it takes some fucking guts to do that shit. Yeah. Well, that's the squirrel ones, isn't it? Yeah. I wonder if there are squirrel ones. I bet you there are.
I'm sure there is, because there's like all sorts. There's actually, I had it on my phone, which I always like forget to. There was actually a photo of a woman like holding up her wee hooves, and I was just like, all I kept thinking was, oh, clippity clop. Hear that funny sound? That's my hooves. You know that Freddie got fingered. Like,
oh yes, yeah.
And the pony, like that. This is a woman who has her horse.
Yeah. Oh wow!
Pulling her along in a chariot.
Oh, it's very. I mean, there's horse stuff, and then he's quite gimpy looking. Isn't
He's
he?
literally chomping at the bit.
Yeah, he's got.
It is quite associated with BDSM.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess.
Just in case you want to zoom in on
it's like a status thing, isn't it?
And then so it's quite BDSM. This one I love.
Chariot
Right?
racing.
This woman has full scale hooves.
For fuck's sake. Again, quite gimpy, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's because it's obviously not just about the horse and stuff. It's about the when I say gimpy, I don't mean like they're dressed. I mean they're dressed in a manner of a gimp rather than like
I get
these
it.
people are fucking gimps, man. It's a load of fucking gimps.
Do you remember when that was doing the rounds, calling somebody
gimp was
a gimp?
classic. Yeah.
Do you know, whenever I was younger, I didn't realise. I just thought that dildo was a really fun word.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Right, and I thought calling somebody a dildo just meant you were silly, because it sounded a bit like sildo. And I turned around to my uncle. I was about 11 and I went, you dildo. And it was like one of those spat the tea out moments.
Yeah.
Or in our case, spat the beer out. And my mum was like, hey, Bronagh, I can't believe you just said that. And I went, so? It's just a dildo. I mean, like, everybody says dildo. And she went,
it's just a dildo.
do you know what she said? She was like, do you even know what a dildo is? And I went, yeah.
Let me
Like,
tell you a
him.
story 42 verses long about a woman who dildoed and daddled along.
Here she was to me, but this was brilliant, because it was, you know, whenever you look at your man, you go for the first time, you're sad. Like, you're a nerd. She went, a dildo is a penis. And I went, oh, another one
So
was
far, so good.
I told my stepdad, he asked me for something. He was like, Bronagh, get his a sponge. He was cleaning his car, and I went, right, okay. And he went, hurry up, get me the sponge. And I went, all right, there'll be cream in your trunks.
Cream in your trunk.
I just thought it meant shitting yourself. Turns out it didn't. Like, I get in a lot of trouble that way.
I first learned.
Maybe that's why I'm obsessed with words.
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah, because they got instilled with a sense of danger and importance.
Yeah.
I learned about cunt through somebody in my school changing the lyrics to a
it a
Mulan song.
Get away, go.
I know, I was quite middle class in it. Oh no, it was just it was in that "I'll Make You a Man Out of You" song,
Right.
and it just changed the word "You're the saddest bunch I've ever met" to "the saddest cunt you've ever met." I was like, well, I've heard fuck. Fuck's obviously the worst word, so I was singing it to myself in front of my mum, and there was again a spit out the tea moment, and she was fucking raging as well. And I was like, "What is a cunt though?" And she was like, "Just don't even ask. I'm not going to tell you."
It's your dad.
Cunt out of you.
I tell you what, I was so raging, I nearly spat out my tail butt plug.
Why? What is it? You don't need to worry about them, son. You have a tail butt plug, and you not need to see any cunts.
What is the worst tail you could have as a butt plug? Now that I think about it.
Probably a badger's or something pointy.
Ooh.
Porcupine.
Oh God, yeah. How am I going to do this armadillo play?
Yeah, I know. Oh my God. You
Yeah.
think you're hard, don't you? Do you remember Dame bars used to be called armadillos?
Did they?
Yeah.
No way.
Didn't they? Please tell me that's right. They did.
No,
Google.
Armadillo.
yeah, is that
Because
like?
they're like crunchy, but they're supposed to get it the wrong way around because it's crunchy on the inside.
Sometimes you do wonder why did they have such shite names in the past? Like opal fruits, I know people get nostalgic about it, but like, what the fuck is
Where
that?
did that even come from?
Yeah, what
though?
is that?
Like,
No
what
one's-
is
yeah,
it? Like,
opal's
what's
like a
on
diamond or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a gemstone.
So it's like all these wee
Break your
sweeties.
teeth.
Yeah.
I've gotten to that stage now, though. With my teeth, I've turned into my ma. I'm at the age now where I can't date that.
Right.
Right, because I've been going on and on about how my white fillings have came out and they need replaced.
Serious?
I'm raging these two, so I feel like I've broken glass in my mouth right now. But I went into the shop the other day and the guy was loading the cans of drinks into the fridge, and I went, "Oh, give us one of those before you put it in." And he went, "Oh no, here, I'll give you a cold one." And I went, "No, I want a
Can't have
temperate
it cold.
one.
Yeah, it's too sensitive.
It'll hurt my teeth."
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm just away home to order a fucking cane now." Do you know what I mean? Like, I
Snorting
can't.
Sensodyne by the bucket. I know what you mean. Well, my parents were always dead. Like, I think my ma had a lot of teeth problems, so she was always really stressing, like, brush the fuck out of these and all. Like, I floss now as an adult, like a fucking weirdo.
I floss on the dance floor, like.
I saw a bit in Edinburgh a couple of years ago where a comedian just did a 5-minute bit where he was, the floss dance?
Yeah.
But he was doing that just to ambient music, like Aphex Twin. So it was like, it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But
Brilliant.
I fucking.
Teaches all how to floss and
Do
slow-mo.
you ever go to the dentist and they tell you that your fillings are obsolete? They're like, "Do you get these done when you're a kid?" And you're like, "Aye," and he's like, "Yeah, no, they're like metal. They're like old school. We don't do them like that anymore."
Amalgam.
Yeah, do you
You're
want
like, well, all the mercury's absorbed into my bloodstream, so I'm pretty sure that they're safe enough now.
yeah, I can't
anyway.
go outside on a hot day now. People can measure the temperature in my
Yeah.
eyes. But I had that done last year because now this is such a boring ass man complaint, right? But like, you book a dentist appointment now, you have to book it like 8 months in advance. Of my dentist, I've got one next Tuesday. I booked it in February.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
My dentist
yeah.
is actually really good. I love her.
Oh, serious? They're all sound. Like they're
No, but like
high
it's good as
suicide
well. They
rates
do
in
get you
dentists.
in. They do get you in there.
I heard this the other day. The dentists have some of the highest suicide rates. And
Do they?
The doctors, yes, but dentists more so. Yeah. I'm like, what is
Always
it?
looking,
I really
always
can't-
working with fucking roots. Oh no, it's terrible. Yeah, it's all that
I've no
decay.
idea. I've no idea why it is. Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
Dame bars were called armadillos.
Were they? Bonus point
There you go. Fucking hell.
for this non-pointed podcast. There is absolutely no point in this podcast.
Hey, I'm learning. I'm learning about autozoophilia.
Autozoophilia. And what was the word of the day?
It was Diablery.
Oh yes, Diablery.
Diablery, yeah.
Do you have anything you want to promote?
Just myself. I'm on TikTok. I'm on
Always.
Instagram. I'm putting on videos and things. I am doing some gigs, I think, but less so at the moment. I did a fuck ton in a week there last week, and I was like, I had a lot of new material. I was like, oh, I need to, if not improve this new material, at least know where it belongs, whether it's strong, good, okay, or you know.
Yeah.
And and I now know the quality of everything I've written, so I have to start over with new shit, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Though.
On Saturday, Fraser Rob's doing a gig in the Black Box called Stoneface, and in Stoneface, an audience member is chosen to be the Stoneface, and they just have to not laugh for the whole gig. If they do, they get money. If they laugh, the performer gets money. And the Stoneface chosen this week is my partner Sarah Furby. So
get out of time.
I'm just recommending that gig because it's a bit different, and I think you should enjoy it. I think Sarah will be a tough nut to crack too, like, but also not impossible. You know what I mean? I think she's, and I know some of the lineup, and I'm like, some of them are going to struggle, and some of them have a chance.
Yeah. So you're not allowed to laugh at anyone.
Just that one audience member is not allowed to laugh, and if
there's a lineup, there's an actual.
Oh, there's a full lineup, and like you can win up to 50 quid. I think it is. Or
oh my
like
god, I love this.
It's fucking great. Ask Fraser to do it. Yeah, I think you'd enjoy it, or be it. Even you might enjoy it more.
I wouldn't last a crack because I'd be giddy at lots.
I'm like that too. I you know what? It started out when I started. I was a real big charity chuckler. I'd give laughs to jokes I didn't think were that good for new acts because I'm like, go on, encourage them. You know.
I actually
stuck
loved
with
that
me.
you said charity chuckle before in an article, and I was like,
did I know?
Is it from
I love it. I love it. It's such a spot. Charity chuckles.
Yeah, I don't give charity chuckles. I'll give nervous chuckles sometimes for someone. I'm like,
yeah. You'll break a silence for someone for their to save their heart.
Yeah.
But sometimes that emphasizes the silence if it's just you.
Yeah.
Like and I've been that voice going ha 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 ha, like just sitting at the back of a room, you know.
Yeah. No, I'd say that sounds like an absolutely excellent gig. In fact, I want on that, Fraser. If you're out there listening, let's go. I'm going to do a tour. I'm just letting you know now. I am going to tour a new hour. I'm kind of fed up. Do you know what it was? Got the kids out to school the other day and had the baby, and I was like, why the fuck haven't I toured yet?
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Like, why haven't I done that? So if you're interested anywhere that you are in coming to see me, like, drop me a wee note and let me know where you are, because if I think I could get a wee crowd, I will go there, you know, anything for the money. But
there'll be some crack too.
It should be some crack. You're going to open for me as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I didn't know if you were going to say or not. Yeah.
So we'll have a laugh. We'll have a gig like through it. I think it will be. I have some bits that like I've been sort of tweaking and working with and what have you, and obviously it's all going to be new, so even if you've seen me before, you can obviously see all the new shit.
Yes.
But it'll be good crack, so look out for that, because I'm going to be announcing that poster and shit soon, very soon. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
No worries, thank you for having me. I always enjoy myself.
I always enjoy you too. Don't tell Sarah. Hi Sarah. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, sorry.
Word up.